when I get home, I'll drink it.
Good evening, everyone. It's kind of a special night for us, even though it's not really, because we have been drinking. This is the NHL Award show, and we are just going to kind of run through the trophies and who we think is going to get it. Do you want to start us off? And I'm just going to turn off the lights so we don't have glare behind us, Curtis.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're not going to really indulge into too much here, but we're just going to say who we think is going to win. The Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy is the first one, and that's for perseverance and dedication to hockey. And for me, anyways, I picked Sidney Crosby from coming back from his concussions.
I think that's kind of for me too with Sid. It's that, and he always sticks with his Reebok commercials.
What does that have to do with hockey?
It's perseverance to the sport.
And a paycheck.
For money, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I gotta go with Josh Harding. Having MS, it's not a shoe-in for him, but that's a lot of dedication. Just to stick with the NHL and deal with that at the same time.
Absolutely, that takes a lot of dedication for sure. Good for him to come back. Next one's the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. I think we're unanimous on this one. We all have Brendan Gallagher. I think just because I don't like the other two candidates for this award. I think Jonas Brodin of Minnesota and Neil Yakupov could have easily been nominated for this award.
Yeah.
Gallagher, he's 5'9", 170 pounds. He's a short guy.
Yeah.
He's working hard. I'm not a fan of him though, but
yeah, no, I think he's such a pesky player around the net that it's so he's such an important player for the Canadians that when he's going, the team is a completely different team,
Exactly.
But anyways, the next one
he gets it done.
Yeah, no, for sure. The next one, the Frank J. Selke Trophy. These are the greatest awards of all time. Not the top defensive forward.
Why don't they have the most forward defense?
Yeah, most forward defenseman. Yeah, should have. Would only make sense. I guess I took Jonathan Toews in this one. He's been Mr. Everything this season, Captain Serious for the Blackhawks. So
I took him too. I just kind of liked how he's always been. Well, starting with the second round, he's just been fighting for his team, and he's been getting a ton of penalties, which it necessarily isn't bad. It's just showing that he's doing something for his team.
And I gotta go with Pavel Datsyuk because he's my boy.
He's won the Selke Trophy in the past too.
Yeah,
so.
he has. He's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a sad day when he retires from the game of hockey. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The Hart. Let's maybe save that one for last.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that one last.
Yeah, that and the Vezina last.
Yeah. Jack Adams, top NHL coach, and looks like we all have Paul McLean.
Paul the Walrus McLean.
Fat, bug-eyed walrus. Oh. I don't know. The way he coached that team with all those injuries,
yeah.
Don't know who else could have done that. You lose your best centerman, your top defenseman, your goaltender. That's enough. And then they already had a bunch of other ones. So let's go James Norris, the top defenseman in the NHL. I went PK Subban. I don't know. He had a good season once he came back from being not under contract. And I think he just... when he scored, most of the power play points he got every single power play goal that Montreal got seemed like he was always in the middle of the mess, even if he didn't score.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I picked him anyways.
I was just going to keep going. I said Ryan Suter. I don't really know why. I just don't really like
underrated defenseman. Did a lot for the Wild too this season. So very good choice.
The other one was Chris Letang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Letang.
He would have been good too. All three of them are great. I don't have any problem with those picks.
Yeah. Corey?
I agreed with.
Oh, just agreed with
Curtis.
me.
That was Curtis.
But I thought you. All right.
We got it.
Yeah, whatever. Lady Byng, the sportsmanship and basically the biggest lady out on the ice.
More or less.
Yeah. We all chose the same.
Chose Marty St. Louis, I guess.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think he's well respected in the game, and I think he shows that on the ice. So I think that's why we picked him for that one. Not necessarily that he's a pussy at all. So. Mark Messier, NHL Leadership Award, almost like who's the best captain of the team. I think this award is. I don't really know if I like this award, but I went with who the heck did I go with?
D. Brown.
Daniel Alfredson.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
I went Daniel Alfredson. Same reason why I went with Paul McLean. I think just on the ice he just showed a lot of leadership this season, and I don't know how many other captains could have done what he did this season.
Corey?
I went with Dustin Brown, in this season and last season through the playoffs. It's just one hell of a captain.
Definitely, you definitely see it in the playoffs too.
Oh, yeah,
the way
exactly.
he plays, unbelievable.
And for me, it was actually kind of a fighting chance between Taves and Alfredson, but I did choose Alfredson, even though I do think they've both had actually quite phenomenal seasons. Even though you've heard more of Alfredson because of the injuries and stuff that Ottawa has had. But, yeah, Alfredson won that one for me.
Yeah, absolutely. The NHL GM of the Year, it speaks for itself, and we all kind of picked Ray Shero for this one. You know, the reason I picked him was, I don't know how many, I've said this a lot, but I don't know how many GMs could have gotten UC Okinen, Jerome McGinley, Douglas Murray, Brendan Morrow, you know, when the team was winning. When the team was winning, you could argue, well, they're already in good shape heading in the postseason. Went out, got those veteran guys, and their lineup is as deep as anybody's. And if the goaltending can hold, they're going to win the Stanley Cup, I think.
Yeah. I said the same. After Curtis said, kind of made me think about it, but the other two, I never really think of GMs. I just think of players out on the ice.
Yeah.
Or the coaches.
Or the coaches.
Or the coaches, yeah. The Vezina Trophy, we got all went with Sergei Bobrovsky. He had an outstanding season for Columbus. You know, I think he almost single-handedly got them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think King Henrik had a great season by any means. And I think Niemi had a good season, too. He went under the radar, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely well-deserved.
I think we could have heard about him a little bit more, but...
Yeah, I think so.
San Jose's strong forward line, you never really heard much of the defensive, I guess.
Absolutely. So, the last one we got, the Hart. Crosby, Ovechkin, and Tavares. 3 number 1 overall picks. Ryan, you go first.
I said Tavares mostly because that was my initial pick to win the Stanley Cup, and they lost. And just because Tavares he's a phenomenal player. He is also another player that goes under the radar.
Yeah, that's right.
Or even if they do lose, you most likely will hear or see of him in the highlight reels or kind of the stats somewhere doing something where other teammates of his weren't.
Right. Rhinus?
I picked John Tavares. Like Ryan said, he's under the radar, and he pretty much summed it up for me.
Islanders are, as a team, under the radar, I think.
Yeah.
So
they were lucky to even make it.
I was very surprised when they selected John Tavares as a candidate. You know, I don't know. You could have made an argument for some others, but with the 3 here, I don't know. For me, it was Crosby. Is he the most valuable to the team? No, I think the whole team as one is the most valuable part of the Penguins, which sounds so stupid to say. But, you know, when Crosby goes down, there's Malkin, and there's Letang, and you know, Fleury in the regular season, all this stuff. Kunitz had a great season. So, to me, Crosby was a big part of that team. I don't think he was the most valuable part. So that's why I kind of looked at it and said, okay, the Capitals really struggled at the start of the season. And who got going? Alex Ovechkin, and that propelled them to top in the Southeast. So that's how I took it, although I can definitely understand why you could pick Tavares for sure, or Crosby for that matter. But that's what I picked. So we're in the 3rd round of the Stanley Cup playoffs now, and Ryan, we're doing all right. We're 7-5, I think. Eh? Both of us are 7-5, and
we're tied right now.
Yeah, we're tied.
That's the biggest thing that we know.
Yeah, and a case of beer is on the line for us too, and so I guess it'll have to wait till the Stanley Cup final because we both picked the same teams for the 3rd round. So
we should have talked and see who we're picking for the Stanley.
Well, we gotta wait till we actually know the teams.
Yeah,
we can't just do
that's true. I was like, let's just pick now, but that won't work.
Yeah, but so let's go to the West Final. I picked the Chicago Blackhawks to win the Western Final here. I think that they have such a deep forward group, and I think their defense is maybe just a little bit better than LA.
They're just a little bit faster.
Maybe. I think that'll be the difference. And Rhinus disagrees.
I gotta go with LA though. Like Daryl Sutter, what he did last year. Like not much has changed since last year for the team. So
yeah,
I think they got her. They might have her in the bag. But
no,
Chicago is a tough. It'll be a tough team to go against.
No, LA will definitely be tough matchup to win. You know, they won the Cup last year. That says enough, right? So.
Yeah.
I mean, with Jonathan Quick and Dustin Brown and Kopitar.
Yeah, and Justin Williams. If they get to a Game 7, Justin Williams is going to score. You know that. So
Yeah.
It'll be a good series, though. I'm looking forward to it. The Eastern Conference Final has the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sid the Kid and all them taking on the Boston Bruins, and all three of us, surprisingly, picked the Boston Bruins, even though the Penguins are one of the favorites to win the Cup this year.
Yeah.
And I think the difference in this one will be goaltending and defense. And you look at those two, Boston hasn't beaten both, I think.
I mean, Tuukka Rask, though, this is as far as he's ever gotten in the playoffs, so he might have some jitters for this. But they won tonight, 3-0, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We made our picks before this, by the way. So.
And I just think it's cool with Boston and the Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has the speed, but I think Boston's size and strength and being that little bit older and well, even though
you know, to me the big difference is even though Crosby is one of the best 1-2 punches offensively down the middle, and Crosby and Malkin.
Yeah.
I think Boston has arguably the best 1-2 punch down the middle in terms of all-around centermen in David Krejci and Patrice Bergeron. If it's Bergeron or Krejci on the ice with Sidney Crosby, it's going to be tough for either one of Crosby or Malkin to get much space.
Yeah.
And like you said, tonight they won 3-0.
Yeah.
Held Crosby and Malkin, everybody off the score sheet. So I think that's going to be a big, big key to this series going Boston's way. And we're going to find out if Jerome McGinley made the right choice.
Yeah. I think that's all it's going to come down to.
That's going to be very interesting to see if and I think if Pittsburgh ends up losing this series, I think McGinley will re-sign in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Just, I think, because he'll think that they'll have a better chance next year, like everybody else. So.
And since we have just finished talking about this stuff, if you want, we will be posting a video before this, even though this is probably not going to matter to anyone who watches this. But if you scroll down or up to the earlier videos, there's going to be a banana Sprite challenge with me, my buddy Corey, and then his girlfriend Steph. I think I won because I actually drank a full 2-liter bottle of Sprite. He drank a half bottle and threw it up.
Where's your toes?
Oh, your toes didn't make it.
Good.
And then Steph didn't even drink it to the label. So,
He barfed.
Yeah, he barfed. And while you're here, what are your thoughts on your favorite team? Who is your favorite team? We'll just do a quick interview.
Well, my favorite team.
Rapid fire.
My favorite team is the Edmonton Oilers. Always has been, but when they never make the playoffs, I always go with Boston.
Always Boston?
Always Boston, or if Columbus makes it, which was once. It's Columbus.
Didn't win a game, but it was once.
Even though my boy Rick Nash is gone,
I
still got to hope for Columbus.
For sure. For sure. Well, good times, I hope, are ahead for Edmonton. That's all I hope.
Yeah. It's still hard to say with Craig McTavish. Everybody says it's going to be a great thing, but it's either going to be...
Guaranteed with Craig McTavish, you ain't going to see Horkoff go anywhere.
And there was talk that he was going, though.
To me, it's sounding like that both Horkoff and Hemsky, Craig McTavish has kind of said, they've been kind of in one place for just too long.
Yeah.
Worn out their welcome sort of thing.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case, because honestly, I don't know why they re-signed Alex Hemsky and traded Dustin Penner when we already had small forwards and we needed a big, like, as much as Dustin Penner has been a brute for the Kings, he's been off again, on again, you're trading a guy who scored 30 goals for you twice, and you're already really small to begin with. That was my thinking about it, but you know what? It's Craig's team now, and hopefully he can get us back to the playoffs and hopefully get us out of this misery we're in. So, good one. Thanks.
So I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight, unless anyone has anything else they want to say.
Did you see the signing of that Anton Belov?
I did.
That Russian defenseman?
I kind of, I didn't look up on him.
Yeah.
But I saw from retweet.
I didn't know anything about him. I just know that Pittsburgh was trying to get him as well.
Ooh.
So
anybody Pittsburgh's trying to get, we should just hop right on.
Well, that's what you think, right? Yeah. But
unless they use that as a tactic.
He's apparently he's a big guy. He can skate. He has a powerful shot on the power play. That's about all I know about him. And it's not like this is a guy who's going to come over and fight for a job. It sounds like he's coming over and he's playing.
Yeah.
So even if it's in the bottom pairing, I think it's an upgrade on Corey Potter and Ryan Whitney and Theo Peckham. I think it's an upgrade on all those guys. So good news, I guess, there. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've actually had some strong D-men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, since Chris Pronger's left, our defense has been pretty brutal.
Yeah. Even though I never really did like Chris Pronger.
I didn't really either, but he was a freaking beast.
He's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
How about the Oklahoma City Barons? How are they doing?
They're in the Western Final. Actually, they played tonight. Maybe I should.
They did play tonight.
Let's see if I can.
And they played the other night, but they actually got evacuated and got sent down to their parking, like the parking straight. Yeah, because there's another tornado that touched down and they're putting a bunch of houses up. I think I saw one video where like 2 or 3 twisters like came in a one big one.
That's awesome.
Well,
and I think on that one, the storm chaser's car got like wrecked and he got taken to the hospital.
Yeah, I was watching like CNN and it was kind of scary because all of a sudden you see it and then all of a sudden the tornado's like right there in front of the car. I'm like, oh my god, that guy's dead.
But he was lucky and made her out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find.
Filler, let's drink this.
Oh god. Is that unicorn beer still?
I was just trying to do that while you looked.
Okay, so they played Grand Rapids tonight in their Western Final Series, and they lost 4-0 tonight, but the series is tied at 2, heading to Grand Rapids for Game 5. They're doing good. They're doing all right.
They are. This is the one thing that I never really understood about anything like below the NHL. There's one game where it's 4-0 one team, and then it's 6-0 the next night for the next team.
The difference is in the NHL, it's a lot more structured. There's a lot more, you know, your coach as the coach coaches the team. When you're in the AHL, you have a lot more one-on-one time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the bit of the difference. Even though you think in the playoffs it would be a bit different.
Yeah. Because it's like 4-0, 6-0, and then all of a sudden there's a tie game that goes to single or double overtime.
Yeah.
And you just think if the first team wins 4-0, that it'll just about be a shoo-in for them, but you never really know.
No, for sure.
But once again, we are finishing up for tonight. Follow my channel, Megadiesel15. Comment, let me know below what you want us to talk about on our next one. And like if you like that burp. We're going to do stuff like that all the time. So follow Corey Rhinus61. And follow Curtis_Murray on Twitter. And we hope you guys have a great night.
Please follow me, I'm lonely.
Yeah, he has like, what, 13 followers?
Probably.
Yeah.
Half of them are from Irma.
Yeah, probably. I'll tweet out and let everyone know how many followers Corey has, so you can request a follow from him because all his shit's protected.
Is it?
Yeah. Why don't I have followers, guys?